very warmest of welcomes to you indeed. The setting is Varna and the beautiful, iconic venue that is the Palace of Culture and Sports. The 42nd European Rhythmic Gymnastics Championships about to take place, and we've got a packed day coming up for you. Junior competition is taking place. We're going to run right the way through the day into the evening, and then there will be a victory ceremony for the junior team competition at 8 o'clock local time here in Varna. My name's Ollie Hogben. I'll be guiding you through sets A and B before my colleague Blythe Lawrence takes you through the evening session into the night and the first medals that will be awarded at these championships. Thank you so much for being part of this coverage. Thank you so much for choosing to spend your time and your money on the sport of rhythmic gymnastics. We're always so grateful for your friendship, your companionship, and your enthusiasm for these young gymnasts. This is a time of real celebration for these youngsters. They're about to take to the carpet at a European Championships. Already they've done something that virtually nobody will ever have the opportunity to do. That is to stand on a huge stage like this and know that they are flying the flag, representing their country, that they are selected by their coaches, by their delegations to represent their nation at a Championships of Europe. All of that then means that they deserve our very finest respect, our utmost regards, and our support as they embark upon a really difficult challenge. That is the Championships of Europe. It's time for some real celebration and best wishes to all of these youngsters as they go out there and show us what they're made of. Because without great youngsters coming through, and this is set A that you're about to witness, there would be no senior squads. And the seniors will say it themselves, they need the youngsters to put pressure on them to set such a high standard that they have got to be at the top of their game. So we're going to see representation from Slovakia, from Serbia, from Moldova, from France, from Ukraine, from Belarus, Portugal and Azerbaijan. And we're also going to have Croatia and Romania taking to the carpet. There will be lots of different names that you see coming across the 4 rotations in this set. That's because we don't have many gymnasts who are doing the full 4 apparatus program. And a lot of athletes are only doing 1. So some nations have sent a squad of 4 and each gymnast will do just 1 piece. For example, the first gymnast we're going to see will perform with the hoop and won't then reappear until the final rotation to perform with the ribbon. All of these gymnasts have a maximum age of 50.
Здравейте в двореца на културата и спорта. Започват квалификациите при девойките от 42-то Европейско първенство по художествена гимнастика.
Dear ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, welcome to Varna and to Bulgaria. Welcome to the 42nd Rhythmic Gymnastics European Championships.
Стартираме с първата група и гимнастичката, която ще видим с обруч. Моля, посрещнете представителката на Словакия, София Бабканикова.
Representing Slovakia with hoop, please welcome Sofia Babkanikova.
We begin, and the very best of luck to this first gymnast to compete at the championships. This is Sofia Babkanikova of Slovakia, the 15-year-old who competed at the Junior World Championships with this apparatus last year. Great way to begin. This is a very fine young athlete. One of the very best things to see in life is a gymnast who, as a junior, has really good base technique. No doubt about it there from Sofia Babchanikova. Weren't the fouettes lovely, really stable? The base leg stayed exactly where it should. The raised leg was very consistent. As time goes on, she'll become a more expressive, more confident, more fluid performer. But with those basics, that's really encouraging. Well done to her. First gymnast to go at these championships and a really secure start. That's got to feel good, hasn't it, if you are Sofia Babchanikova, to get through the first exercise without any major issues. We'll see Luisa Hulova of Slovakia in the next rotation. As I mentioned earlier, Sofia Babchanikova will return in the final rotation, so Hulova's going to take ball and clubs.
Representing Serbia, please welcome with ball, Lena Lazic.
The next gymnast is a 14-year-old from Serbia, Lena Lazic. She's been a Balkan Championship team medalist, won the silver medal at the Junior National Championships last year.
Moi j'aime trop gitane. Qu'est-ce qui est pour gitane. Quand il joue de la guitare, il enlève mon cafard. Et sa musique sort du bonheur, sonne profondément dans mon cœur. Jazz si cool, avec ardeur. Qu'est-ce que pour gitane. Quand elle joue de la guitare, il sent de haut en bas. Et ses yeux étincellent des yeux de Romain Michel. Tout le monde crie bravo, bravo Chavolo, bravo Chavolo, bravo.
That was the performance of Lena Lazic of Serbia, who competed at the Junior European Cup this year in Baku, where she was in the top 20 with the ball. Really interesting youngster. She loves to write fiction. Also collects stuffed toys, which if you're in the sport of rhythmic gymnastics, you're going to have the chance to do in sizable volume. 21.05 is the score for Sofia Babchanikova. Good recovery from Lazic after that little issue with the apparatus. Nice fluidity to her work, some good choreography.
With clubs, let us welcome Marianna Karaman.
Now here is one of the youngest gymnasts at the entire competition, 13-year-old Marianna Karaman of Moldova. Her first time at a major competition. We wish her good luck as she competes with the clubs.
Stăpânele vântului, domnele pământului, Pămii văzduc spurați, iar pe alunecați, Și pe valuri cântați, și pe valuri cântați.
Well, you can really see what performing at the Junior European Cup in Baku has done to Yana Karaman. She's got more confidence as a gymnast. As I said, this is her first time at one of the 3 majors. She's yet to compete at the Junior World Championships. Obviously the Olympic Games, or the Youth Olympics, we'd add in as the 3rd major. But she's certainly somebody who benefited from that experience of going to Azerbaijan to compete at the Junior European Cup. She was top 20 in all apparatus there. Very impressive work, confident, a sense of performative quality, the display of Yana Karaman. She will be also competing with the hoop later on. There is, as I'm sure many of you know, a bit of a difference with the junior code of points. Just a maximum of 6 elements counting for body difficulty compared to the 8 for seniors, and 12 for apparatus difficulty compared to the 15 for seniors. There are other reductions in the complexity and how packed the exercises are.
Уважаеми дами и господа, с лента посрещнете представителката на Франция, Mohini Yoshioka, representing France with
18.3 for Lazic.
Mohini Yoshioka.
Now, a 13-year-old from Toulouse who's a 6-time French junior champion. This is Mohini Yoshioka, and she won the ribbon silver at the competition in Schmieden in Germany last month. She's going to be very, very busy today, Mohini Yoshioka, performing 3 of the 4 exercises for the French. Very interesting family. She's half Japanese, half French. Her father Kenji travels the world filming her competitions. He's also a really good skateboarder and surfer. Really worth looking at his Instagram, actually, because he's got some great videos, not just of his daughter performing, but of his own skateboarding and surfing. 20.5 for Yana Karaman of Moldova. That's the second best score that we've seen so far. Still that 21.05 from Sofia Babchanikova is the top mark. Welcome if you're just joining, lovely to have you with us. The setting is the Palace of Culture and Sports in Varna, the 42nd European Rhythmic Gymnastics Championships. This is the first of 4 sets of junior qualification. It also contributes to the team competition for the juniors.
С обруч ще играе представителката на Украина. Representing Ukraine with hope, let us welcome Sofia Kolyakova.
Here at the Junior European Championships, we have a Junior European Cup medalist with a hoop. This is 15-year-old Sofia Kulikova from Kyiv in Ukraine. What an exciting young gymnast. So much balletic style to her work, Sofia Kulikova. And didn't she do brilliantly when there was a trajectory issue? Made it as though it never happened at all. Got straight back into the business of getting those turns completed underneath the hoop. There's an athlete with presence. She's already won 3 gold medals, 7 silver and 5 bronze at the Junior Ukrainian Championships.
Representing Belgium with ball.
21.25 for Yoshioka. A young gymnast from Belgium. This is Nefeli Tsalas. She last month won the Championnat Francophone 2026. Just 13, Nefeli Tsalas, and there are a lot of 23-year-olds who would do anything to have Fouette turns that good. Brilliant. She's a dual national with Bulgaria and Greece as well, so this is a really special moment for her. She's one of a small cluster of gymnasts in this junior competition who've got a connection to Bulgaria. Sofia Kulikova scores 24.6. That is overwhelmingly the handsomest number that we've seen so far. Well done to her. 9.9 for difficulty. There was a lot of complexity going on there, lots of rotations. Had that beautiful trap with the legs when she was grounded with the legs raised. That was a very stylish moment of the exercise for Kulikova. A lot of these gymnasts are just starting to establish something of an international presence. They're doing smaller competitions outside of the European Gymnastics and World Gymnastics calendar.
Portugal with gloves. Let us welcome Gabriela Lucas.
Now to Gabriela Lucas of Portugal, the 15-year-old who competed at the Junior World Championships. Great to see this young gymnast from Portugal, Gabriela Lucas. She will be also competing with the ball and the ribbon. Maria Corcho is the other Portuguese gymnast, and she'll be performing with the hoop. We saw Lucas with the hoop and ribbon at the Junior World Championships, as it's a score of 19.25 for Nefeli Tsalas.
Selector with ribbon from Azerbaijan. Please welcome Azada Atakisheva.
Now to a 14-year-old gymnast from Azerbaijan, Azada Atakisheva, competing with the ribbon. She's won 6 junior national titles. She recently won 2 gold medals and 2 silver at the AGF Trophy in Baku. 14-year-old who is already very experienced for such a young athlete.
Ne me quitte pas, je t'inventerai des mots insensés que tu comprendras. Je te parlerai de ces amants-là qui ont vu 2 fois leur cœur s'embraser. Je te raconterai l'histoire de ce roi mort, de n'avoir pas pu te rencontrer. On a vu souvent rejaillir le feu de l'ancien volcan qu'on croyait trop vieux. Il est, paraît-il, des terres brûlées dans nos plus de blé qu'un meilleur avril. Et combien de soirs pour qu'un ciel flamboyant, le rouge et le noir ne s'épousent-ils pas? Ne me quitte pas, ne me quitte pas, ne me quitte pas, ne me quitte pas.
She did so well to deal with a knotted ribbon there. Amazing effort from this young athlete. And as long as the flight isn't impacted, then she might well be okay in terms of the overall score. Just a small deduction, hopefully, for Atakashieva. 20.8 for Lukasz with the clubs. I just want to go back to that performance by Atakashieva. What a clear background she's got in classical dance. Some beautiful work. Small details, but her attitude devant position early on just looked like it was out of a ballet textbook. Very nice to watch. So we've got a couple more performances to come before we go back round to the top of the order. As I mentioned earlier, there'll be substitutions in and out.
Please welcome Noemi Markic.
This is the 15-year-old from Zadar in Croatia, Noemi Markic. And her first ever national title as a cadet was with this apparatus in 2023. Lovely to see the work of Noemi Markic. This is her sole apparatus at these championships, but she's got about a dozen medals from national competitions, and we congratulate her on being awarded the trophy for gifted and promising athletes by her city, Zadar, last year. 21.45 for Atakashieva. By the way, you might see a little more of Noemi Markic in years to come, because she's also an actor. She's going to appear in the forthcoming film The Witch of Fontenelle, which is a folk tale, and I think you can see that acting quality in what she does facially, particularly with her eyes. A nice expressive display from a very competent young athlete when it comes to the technical side of things. So we just have Romania to come now in set A before we go back to the top of the order and see Slovakia again.
С топка ще видим представителката на Румъния. Вашите аплодисменти за Патриция Станчо. With ball representing Romania. Let us welcome Patricia Stancu.
Representing Romania, competing with the ball, this is Patricia Stancu, 15-year-old from Bucharest, and she won a whole host of European Cup medals last year and won one this year as well. second time that we've seen her in a high-profile ball competition in this country. She was a finalist at the Junior World Championships in Sofia last year. Really polished display. She's got presence to her. It was a lot of fun to watch. For Marcikic, it's 20.85. That's the third strongest score we've seen so far. So well done to her. That's making a mark with your one performance at the championships. So in just a moment we go back up to the top of the order and we welcome Team Slovakia back out onto the carpet. Just to remind you, this is apparatus qualification for the juniors, but it is also the team event. And we'll know at the close of play today, after the last of the 4 sets have competed, who has won that Junior European Championship title for teams. And this is just the start of a really busy 5 days of rhythmic gymnastics. We've got seniors competing in qualification tomorrow and on Friday. And an extra bit of bonus action for you is that the junior apparatus finals happen tomorrow night. You can get all of the coverage details from the European Gymnastics website, which I'm sure you are very familiar with if you've already had the wherewithal to gain access to these championships and to watch this special broadcast of the juniors today. Wonderful to have you with us. Thank you so much for celebrating the next generation of rhythmic gymnastics coming through. And this is a building, this is a city that knows all about celebrating the future of rhythmic gymnastics. There's so many junior competitions that take place here, so many youngsters who come along and watch when they are members of the national squad. They go and watch their senior idols who become teammates. A lot of the young gymnasts here have said that of competitions this year as they've started to go out onto the international stage. They've experienced for the first time actually seeing what the seniors are doing and realising they're competing at the same event as them. Some of the athletes who went to the competition in Germany in Schmieden have said they had that moment where they walked in and realised that they were actually competing at the same event as Daria Varfolomei of the Olympic champion, and managed obviously to make the time for a photograph with her. So just that final score in this first portion of set A to come in. The ball score for Patrycja Stanciu. She's going to do everything bar ribbon. And yes, I don't think there's any great surprise, but that's the highest number that we've seen, 24.8.
Representing Slovakia with bow, please welcome Luisa Hulova.
Welcome to the European Championships, Luisa Hulova of Slovakia. She's from Nitra, 90 kilometers northeast of Bratislava. The 14-year-old is new to international competition, and I think you'll enjoy her work.
Todo lo que me invento me lo trillan. Tagueado tu nombre en la pared. Querer entonces queer, ok. Prevenir, pirmi, déjate. Tomando horas sin carne, ok. Mordeciste que morde, mordeciste que morde. Yum. Apale, 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 Tíralo.
Such memorable choreography, really did fit beautifully with the choice of orchestration. And I don't know about you, but for me, a standout feature of that was the quickness of her chaîné turns, really rapid. We're going to see her competing with the clubs in the next rotation. From the lovely settlement of Nitra at the foot of the Zobor mountain in the Nitra River Valley. And she trains at Eshke Shog Nitra in her hometown. So the way Slovakia have chosen to do it is that they've got two gymnasts, each doing two apparatus.
Dušica Zujko, weight claps from Serbia. Dušica Zujko.
Serbia, in contrast, are going for a 3-in-1 combination. And here's the athlete doing the 3. With the clubs, Dušica Zujko of Serbia, the 15-year-old who competed with this apparatus at the Junior World Championships last year. She's also been a Junior European Cup finalist with the clubs. Hasn't she got some fabulous penché turns? Wow! Beautiful execution. Lovely reception for her as well. Now, Luisa Hulova has a 20.35 score. Second best number that we've seen with the ball. And the team ranking also appearing at the bottom of your screen. We won't really have a clear picture of the state of play with the teams until we move further on in the day, but at least it gives you some sense early on of how we're going. For these gymnasts, they've simply got to get out there and do their job. Not worry too much about the mathematics of the team event, just get their scores as high as possible. Tasia Harchenko of Moldova, 15-year-old who competed at the Junior World Championships last year. She made the top 20 with the hoop, but she's really developed her technique a lot lately.
I had a front row seat on a roller coaster ride. You got that right. I kept on hoping things would change, but I finally realized the devil's a lie. With every twist and turn, every bridge that he burned, he brought me down, down, down. But heaven picked me up on the drop. I'm back on top. Yeah. Back on top. Keep praying when you can't get up. Have faith when Yeah, you gotta keep on running. Soon you're gonna reach that summit. With every twist and turn, every bridge that you burn, you brought me down, down, down. But heaven picked me up on the drop. Now I'm back on time, like I never fell off. I took some knockdown punches, but I'm still standing strong. Back in the groove, got a whole new view. Just when it looked like it was certain, the hurting would never stop. I'm back on top.
The best thing about artistic sport is when it's fun. And wasn't that fun from Taisia Harchenko? It was a performance, it was theatrical, it was engaging. But fundamentally as well, her ribbon clarity has developed enormously. The pattern work has got a sharpness that's getting better and better as she matures as a gymnast. Well done to her. One of the nice features of the junior code of points is that perhaps the athletes have a little more time than they might as seniors to inject some artistry into their exercises, which of course is such a fundamental skill to develop early on as a gymnast. Undoubtedly one of the hardest skills to develop. There's no question that across all forms of gymnastics, to get the performative quality, that is something that people have to often ease into with practice and practice and practice. And in fact, in the most recent episode of the European Gymnastics podcast, you can hear the acrobatic team from Spain, the M team, talk about this in real detail and how the younger member of the team had to really refine his performative quality. Coaches kept saying to him, just remember to tell the story, remember the facial work, remember to sell it.
Представителката на Франция, моля вас, силни аплодисменти за Mohini Yoshioka.
Well done to Toshika Zuiko.
Mohini Yoshioka.
22.95. Now to Mohini Yoshioka of France. Lovely. Unrecognisable from the gymnast that we saw with the first performance. And I mean that in a very complimentary way because it was different music and it needed to be different stylistically. And it was totally different from what she performed with the ribbon. Lovely to see that degree of artistic sensibility. And worth remembering that we've got 13-year-olds in this competition. We've got 15-year-olds in this competition. And the age gap between them can be huge in terms of maturity of performance. Yoshioka, by the way, was one of those youngsters who got to meet Daria Varfolomeev when she won a couple of medals in Schmieden in Germany last month, and she just said the whole thing was a dream come true. You can only imagine how she would have felt as a young gymnast, not just meeting the Olympic champion, but being able to say, I'm actually in the same competition as the Olympic champion. I'm at the same event as them. That's got to be one of those moments where you think, do you know what? I've actually arrived at the first point in my career as an international gymnast. This is step one of my goals. And I hope these young athletes, and I hope their coaches are able to celebrate with them rather than always be looking ahead and going, I've got to get better at this, got to get better at that, which is what elite athletes do, but actually also able to say, just stop for a moment and look back at what we've done. How brilliant was this? How great an experience, how great an accomplishment, how much we've achieved, how much you've achieved. Because you don't want athletes to get to the end of their careers, and you don't want anyone to get to the end of their careers and to only be able to look back then, and not to have actually stopped along the way and enjoyed what they've done.
Стопка, моля посрещнете представителката на Украина. Representing Ukraine with bow, let us welcome.
So it's a 21.65 for Harchenko. Best ribbon score we've seen. Now we have Varvara Chubarova of Ukraine. This is her sole performance here, and she's very good performing with the ball. My goodness me, what an intense and athletic display from this young gymnast, Varvara Chubarova. I'm going to suggest that if any of you want a real lesson in turns, go back and look at her head position. Come back to that in a moment. 23.1 from Yoshioka with the hoop. Great score. Second best we've seen. But Varvara Chubarova, what she does with the head to get her balance secured in those turns, just snapping the head round in that spot turn technique is extraordinary. Very, very sharp. Now the performance of Miroslava Dimarchuk of Belgium, 13-year-old. Don't you just love her connected leaps? Snap, snap, snap from one into the next. That's really lovely gymnastics. Also some great choreography, characterful and working with the orchestration. Real pleasure to watch. This is the second rotation of set A. We've got 4 sets in total coming throughout the day. Day 1 of the 2026 European Rhythmic Gymnastics Championships taking place in Varna, Bulgaria at the Palace of Culture and Sports. And as I mentioned earlier, a lot of the gymnasts are performing maybe 1 or 2 exercises. Some are performing 3. We've got the odd gymnast here and there who will be performing all 4, but there is no all-around competition. It may just be that in that case they are the lone gymnasts from their nation. But it's for the squads to determine how they wish to play things. You might do a 2 and a 2 as we've seen from some nations, or a 3 and 1. There are some nations who have opted to put 4 gymnasts forward, each performing 1 apparatus. It's their decision. Super. Well done. 25.05.
Let us welcome Gabriela Lucas.
Varvara Chubarova with the single highest score we've seen so far. With the ribbon, Gabriela Lucas of Portugal, who started with a 20.8 with the club. She performed with this apparatus at the Junior World Championships in Bulgaria last year. Something that's been so lovely to see with Gabriela Lucas is grandiosity developing to what she does with her arms, and the choreography going right down into the fingertips. That's the sign of a more composed, expressive performer who's just letting the routine, the orchestration take over what she does with her body. Great to see. And of course, for any athlete, the more you compete, the more you get out there, the more that you're on the international stage, the more comfortable you'll feel inhabiting an arena like this, a huge space. By the way, some of you, I'm sure, will have noticed the rather distinctive attire of the individuals leading out the gymnasts. If you look to the top right of the screen, you'll also see the smokestacks that are a reminder of the maritime heritage of Varna. The National Military Academy, the Naval Academy I should say, is located in this city. So the whole backdrop of the competition is meant to evoke a ship And it really does, even more so actually when you're in the arena, because the sides, which are a little bit in darkness at the moment of that set, make the whole staging look as though you're staring, actually you're standing on the docks, the carpet is the docks and you're looking at a ship that's about to set sail. But you are confronted by the sea everywhere in this incredible city. It's right on the shores of the Black Sea. Beautiful, beautiful setting. There's distinct bright blue colour of the waters, especially this time of year when the weather is so pleasant. It's been in the mid-20s. A lot of the gymnasts have taken strolls down on the beach, had a little paddle in the water. You don't want to have more than a paddle because it is quite chilly, deceptively so.
Представителката на Азербайджан Азада Атакишева.
22.35 for Dimarchuk.
With 4 from Azerbaijan, Azada Atakisheva.
The second performance from Azada Atakisheva of Azerbaijan. Now she's with the hoop. And she was part of the team that won gold at the Portimao International Tournament earlier this month with her teammate Nuray Muradli. Azada Atakisheva of Azerbaijan, a finalist at the Junior World Championships with the hoop. Gabriela Lukash, 20.3. You feel for the young gymnast from Azerbaijan, because naturally when the apparatus gets away like that, you've got to try to judge the path that it's taking on the carpet. And of course a hoop takes a very irregular path in a way that's different from a ball, hard to predict. She got it back under control as quickly as she could and got into those fouette turns with purpose.
Representing Croatia with ball, let us welcome Eva Kocian.
A first chance to see the 14-year-old from Varaždin at these championships, but she did compete at the Junior World Championships last year. This is Eva Kocian of Croatia. real standout moment were the two occasions when she trapped the ball with bent legs unsighted behind. That was so bold and really carried off with style. She's another who competes at the Junior European Cup this year. Eva Kocian of Croatia. And we have 22.45 for Azara Atakisheva of Azerbaijan.
Patricia Stanciu, with clubs representing Romania. Please welcome Patricia Stanciu.
To a gymnast who started with a very strong 24.8 with the ball. This is Romania's Patricia Stanciu. Started with real character, and I'm sure it will continue that way. There's one really interesting feature to her choreography which I want to expand upon. When music is staccato, a gymnast has a choice to either be empathic in their movement and make the movement staccato, or to be unempathic with their movement and make it the opposite, to be fluid. When the music's at its most staccato, she gets really fluid and it works beautifully. It's really clever because it makes the staccato more memorable. 20.35 for Kocian. Yes, it's one of those interesting principles of what you do with music, that you are either, broadly speaking, empathic in the way that you move to it, or you are, broadly speaking, unempathic and you deliberately set up contrast. Sometimes one of the most effective things to do is actually, as long as it's done sensibly, as long as it's done in the right way, is to work against the music for deliberate contrast. It takes a very skillful dancer to be able to do that, and Stanciu clearly is one of those. Well, we are halfway through set A. Hope you're enjoying it all so far. Isn't it a great competition? There's more to come in just a moment or two as we go back to the top of the order for the third time.
Representing Slovakia with clubs, please welcome Luisa Hulova.
21.25 the score for Stanciu. those issues losing the apparatus, unfortunately, resulting in a 6.2 for execution. Good artistry, though. Now, Luisa Hulova of Slovakia. This is her second and final performance. The 14-year-old started with a 20.35 with the ball. She has really got something, Luisa Hulova. A great dancer. There's presence. There is style to her movement. And as the confidence comes, and I hope it does come, I hope that she looks back at this and realises what potential she's got. Because there's a very high ceiling with Luisa Hulova, and I think she'll reach it. Dušika Zujko of Serbia. Second performance, 22.95 with the clubs.
Just one night, all we got. 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 I ain't got time for you, baby. Either you're mine or you're not. Make up your mind, sweet baby. Right here, right now is all we got. A little party never killed nobody, so we gon' dance until we drop. A little party never killed nobody. Right here, right now is all we got. Hope you can keep up, boys, 'cause believe me, I'm the beast. It don't mean a thing if I give you my heart, if you tear it apart, no,
Did really well with that last sequence of the exercise. The forward rolls were well completed. It was a big gamble to take right at the end because the ribbon can be unpredictable in its pattern and its path in the air, especially in an arena of this size. It had intensity to it. It also had little touches of grace and elegance where needed, and that brought the whole thing together well. Dušika Zujko, she'll perform one more time. It was her teammate Lena Lazic who performed with the ball earlier on. The action comes quick in these early days of qualification. Routine after routine, he says during a moment of pause, but you know what I mean. But I think it's always worth sparing a thought for the athletes, because for them it probably feels like they're spending most of their time standing around and waiting. And I remember discussing this with an Olympic diver who I was working with during the World Championships some years ago. And we were talking about this during the broadcast, and I said, you know, when you're watching diving, it's so intense, it's so quick, there's always action happening. And I said, what does it feel like when you're doing it? She said, she looked at me with a sort of sad facial expression and said, you just feel like you're standing around for ages waiting to do something that lasts 2 to 3 seconds. It probably feels like that for some of these athletes, handling the nervous tension backstage. 21.1 for the Shikajuiko. So with all of that in mind, I think it's so impressive that we're seeing this level of quality from them. And a nice high-octane remix of a pop classic playing in the background. I wonder how many times we're going to hear Bangaranga played over the course of this competition. 2 or 3,000? I think it might be playing a part in the medal ceremonies, actually, based on the earlier rehearsals that were taking place today. I don't know if that means the medal presenters are going to be required to do the choreography, but we'll wait and see.
Representing Moldova with hope, please welcome Marianna Karaman.
20.6 for Hulava. So that's an improvement from her score with the ball. Well done to her. She's up by about a third of a mark. Marianna Karaman from Moldova. Second performance from the 30-year-old. Lots of fun, lots of energy. Looked as though, as it went on, she was growing into the choreography. First time we've seen Marianna Karaman at one of the big three competitions. But she was really strong at the Junior European Cup in Baku.
From France, with ball, please welcome Olga Kochankova.
How special a moment this has got to be as the cadets from the Naval Academy welcome this young gymnast out onto the carpet. She's from France, Olga Kochankova, but guess where she was born? In this very city. She is home.
Je t'ai rencontré par hasard, ici, ailleurs, ou autre part. Il se peut que tu t'en souviennes. Sans se connaître, on s'est aimé, et même si ce n'est pas vrai, il faut croire à l'histoire ancienne. Le piano.
Ma vie d'artiste, plus tard, sans trop savoir pourquoi,
Sur une affiche, te parlera de mes succès, mais que je m'en fiche.
One of the most lovely things in the world is when cultures blend. A young French gymnast who was born in this city, who has elements of the classical Bulgarian tradition and of the French tradition in the way she dances. She'd already been a ball medalist at the Senior National Championships. My favourite bit in that was when she played the piano on the ball. Lovely little touch. What a great gymnast. Yana Karaman, 21.95 with the hoop. What a pleasure it's going to be to watch Sofia Krainska of Ukraine, her first time at a major competition, but she's been a bronze medalist at the European Cup.
That must be done, there is an element of fun. You find the fun and snap. And every task you undertake becomes a piece of cake, a lark, a spree. It's very clear to see that a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down, the medicine go down, medicine go down. Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down in a most delightful way. A robin feathering his nest has very little time to rest while gathering his bits of twine and twig. Though quite intent in his pursuit, he has a merry tune to toot. He knows a song will move the job along.
One of my favourite discoveries when researching the athletes for these championships is a video of Sofia Krainska on her YouTube channel from 6 years ago when she was doing rhythmic apparatus handling with her dad in the living room. And he does really well with the clubs and the ball, but I'm afraid when the hoop comes out, well, he does struggle a bit. Algara Kochankova, 25.05. Her only performance at the championships, and that was wonderful. To Miroslava Dimarchuk of Belgium, performing with the ribbon. She started with 22.35 with the clubs.
Did your mom get back from a business trip? Is she there, or is she trying to give me the slip? And I'm not the little boy that I used to be. I'm all grown up now, baby, can't you see? Hey, Stacy's mom has got it going on. She's all I want, and I've waited for so long. Stacy, can't you see? You're just not the girl for me. I know it might be wrong, but I'm in love with Stacy's mom.
Wasn't that a load of fun? That's really nice from Miroslava Dimarchuk of Belgium, to an absolutely barking mad orchestration, a cover of the Fountains of Wayne song, Stacey's Mum, a very memorable cover, and she embraces it, goes with it. Yeah, has to be a top score from Krainska. 25.6 with the clubs. Now this is the only performance from 13-year-old Maria Cocho of Portugal, the all-around junior national champion last year and a district champion. It can't be easy when you're waiting to perform only once in the entire competition as a young athlete, as one of the youngest here, and she really held her nerve. She's got a fabulous side scale position as well. Very good geometry to that. 21.05 for Dimarchuk.
From Azerbaijan, Azada Takisheva.
Congratulations to her, that's her competition concluded. For the third time, Azada Atakisheva of Azerbaijan. This is her last performance. Azerbaijan's Azada Atakisheva, already 6 times a junior national champion. That was a very smooth looking performance for the most part. We're going to see her teammate from that gold medal winning squad in Portimao at the international tournament, Nurey Muradli, in the final rotation. She'll be performing with the clubs. Both of them 14. So special for the gymnasts from Azerbaijan to get to perform in the Baku Junior European Cup. A new addition to the international calendar over the last couple of seasons in the sport of rhythmic gymnastics. And it has a different sort of format. We talk a little about it in the European Gymnastics podcast, and there is a documentary on the European Gymnastics YouTube channel that you can watch that gives you an insight into the cross-battle format that takes place at the European Cup. It's a different way of handling things, a match play system. It's really exciting. 21.5 for Maria Kosho.
Representing Croatia with claps, please welcome Eva Kocijan.
From the gymnastic club Vindia in Varaždin, it's Croatia's Eva Kocijan, who started with 20.35 with the ball. Really nice to see the way that she leaned into the choreography for that exercise, especially as it went on. 21.2. That's the last performance for Atakasheva.
Please welcome from Romania, Elena Cordenano.
Elisabeta Cordeanu of Romania, the 14-year-old from Iași. It's her first time at one of the big competitions.
La donna immobile, quai piuma al vento, muta d'accento e di pensiero, sempre una amabile, leggiadro viso, il pianto in riso e menzognero. La donna immobile, quai piuma al vento, muta d'accento e di pensier e di pensier e di pensier. La donna immobile, qua piuma al vento, muta d'accento e di pensier e di pensier
Now that is choreography that goes right down into the fingertips from Elisabeta Cordeanu of Romania. Also a beautiful elegant backwards walkover, catch into the most fluid backwards momentum that we've probably seen all day. And then later on, a contrast to the gracefulness, the explosivity of those leaps, the sequence of, I think it was 3 strung together that showed real power. So obviously a gymnast with great versatility to what they can do technically. Nice to watch. That was her sole performance, Elisabetta Codonianu. We're going to see Patricia Stanciu back in the final rotation, and that final rotation is here. Just this last score of rotation 3 to come in for Elisabetta Codonianu. Well, I think it's safe to say these youngsters have really set the standard. They've performed to a high level. Now we have 21.5 for Eva Kocian. Well done to her. That's over a mark better than her score with the ball.
Representing Slovakia with ribbon, please welcome Sofia Baksenikova.
And there's a 23.2. Yes! Best ribbon score so far from Codonianu. Now returning after getting the whole competition started. This is Sofia Babchanikova of Slovakia. She performs with the ribbon. That was so much fun. There are about half a dozen different choreographic styles in that exercise because there are about half a dozen different musical styles, and she managed to bounce from one to the other. Had to really work hard to try to get the apparatus under control at the end, but that to one side. What an exciting performer she is. Lovely to watch. This is the last performance from the 15-year-old who trains in Belgrade, Dušica Žujko of Serbia. Lovely contrast to what we saw from her with the ribbon. Totally different choreographically and orchestrally. Some good folk steps in there. Really match with the music nicely. A particularly good toe point as well on a few occasions. Sofia Babchanikova with a 20.75. So Slovakia naturally setting the pace in the team competition.
With ball, please welcome Tasia Herchenko.
Representing Moldova, Tasia Harchenko. She scored 21.65 with the ribbon.
Woke up feeling sideways, like I borrowed someone's skin. My sneakers talking riddles. They say you don't fit in. They told me don't be frightened. It gets easy when you blend. But I keep seeing colors that they can't comprehend. But I'm sorry, I couldn't walk their steady line. I had to sprint towards something mine. I'm just a little alien, trying to pass for human. It's gonna hurt, it's gonna spin, it's gonna feel like falling in. But they said when you're older, it's magic, it's tragic. You'll love it. You'll love it, they said. As if love was the same as surviving.
Well done to get through to a solid completion of that exercise. So impressive when she lost the ball, had to leave the space, came back in and then delivered this really polished sequence of penché turns. Great way to minimise as much as possible the loss of both penalty marks but also of difficulty of attempted skills in that exercise by getting on with it and making up for lost time as quickly as possible. She did well. That was resolute behaviour from Tasia Harchenko. The 42nd European Championships of Rhythmic Gymnastics at the Palace of Culture and Sports in Varna. And this is the junior competition. A junior competition which concludes tomorrow with the apparatus finals. Hope you're enjoying watching all of the qualification so far. Again, a little bit early to give you any sort of accurate picture of how things are proceeding with each apparatus in terms of what the 8th place mark is and who's likely to be in or out. But what I can tell you is the best so far with the hoop is Sofia Kulikova of Ukraine, 24.6. She currently has a mark and a half over everyone else. The picture is much closer with the ball, as a 20.35 is scored with the ball by Tasia Harchenko, putting her in 6th position. Because we have Varvara Chuparova of Ukraine and Elgara Kochankova of France on 25.05. And Chuparova winning the execution tiebreak by 500ths, that's all. Sofia Krainska is at the top of the club's leaderboard by about 3 million points. She has a 2.65 lead, would you believe, with a score of 25.6. That's amazing. And with the ribbon, that 23.2 from Elisabetta Cordonianu, that beautiful operatic display with such impressive choreography. That's the leading mark by over a mark and a half with the ribbon. So that's where we are so far. But what about where we're going? Let's continue and find out. 22.15 for Zuiko. Now the last performance of Mohini Yoshioka of France, the clubs, with which he won a silver medal in Germany last month. Congratulations to Mohini Yoshioka of France on 3 really memorable exercises. First time we've seen her in a really big international competition.
Representing Ukraine with ribbon.
Hope we see a lot more of her.
Welcome Sofia Klinska.
Now, how exciting it was to watch her perform with the clubs. Let's see what we get with the ribbon. This is Sofia Krainska of Ukraine, who scored that huge 25.6 in her first performance.
Swing, you should have heard you knocked out jailbird sing that. Everybody let's rock. Everybody in the whole cell block was dancing to the jailhouse rock. Spider Murphy played his tenor saxophone. Little Joe was blowing on the slide trombone. The drummer boy from Illinois would crash, boom, bang. The whole rhythm section was a purple gang. Let's rock. Everybody let's rock. I sure would be delighted with your company. Come on and do the jailhouse rock with me. Let's rock. Everybody, let's rock. Everybody knows how to rock. We're dancing to the jailhouse rock.
Very well done. There are 2 things you must have when you perform to that music to avoid it becoming wild and out of control, because it's so fast and verging on the manic, and that's clean ribbon patterns and clean footwork, and she's got them both.
Please welcome.
Very nice from Yoshioka, second best with the clubs. 23.8 puts her in second place at the moment. Nefeli Salas of Belgium. I'm sorry to keep banging on about it, but her fouette turns are just fantastic. They really are amazing. And she did so well after not the easiest start to get right back into that and still give us character and style.
Стопка ще играе представителката на Португалия. Representing Portugal with Paul,
Wow.
please welcome
Wow,
the
wow, wow.
yellow
25.3 for Sofia Krainska. 10.1 difficulty too. This is Gabriela Lukáš. Final performance from her.
Ne me quitte pas, il faut oublier, tout peut s'oublier, qui s'enfuit déjà, oublier le temps des malentendus et le temps perdu, à savoir comment oublier ces heures qui tuaient parfois. Un coup de pourquoi le cœur du bonheur ne me quitte pas, ne me quitte pas, ne me quitte pas, ne me quitte pas. Moi, je t'offrirai des perles de pluie venues de pays où il ne pleut pas. Je creuserai la terre jusqu'après ma mort pour couvrir ton corps d'or et de lumière. Je ferai un domaine où l'amour sera roi, où l'amour sera loi, où tu seras roi. Ne quitte pas, ne quitte pas, ne me quitte pas.
A very nice and calm and composed that was to watch. A lovely final performance from Gabriela Lukáš of Portugal. Well done to Nefeli Tsalas. 20.4. Big step up by well over a mark from what we saw with the ball.
Уважаеми дами и господа, моля поддръжнете представителката на Азербайджан Нурай Muradli. With claps from Azerbaijan, Nuray Muradli.
Now, the first and only chance we'll get to see in this qualification process, Nuray Muradli of Azerbaijan, the 14-year-old who was part of the team that won the gold in Portimao at the international tournament. Great effort to make sure that she was in contact with the apparatus at the very end, because otherwise a full mark was going to be leaving the score. As Gabriela Lukáš picks up 23.55. That's excellent. That is easily the best work that she's produced. Great way to finish.
Let us welcome Eva Kocian.
This is the penultimate performance in this set. It comes from Croatia's Eva Kocian. Genuinely, it's been a real pleasure to watch her perform over 3 exercises. Particularly good butterflies as well. Strung 2 of them together with real power.
С обруч ще играе представителката на Румъния, with who from Romania.
20.3 for Nuray Muradli. Patricia Stanciu of Romania. Last performance from her, she's looking good. Well, she had no option but to go for the replacement apparatus. Such was the speed at which the hoop left the space, and it was again a great recovery as best as possible from Patricia Stanciu. That 24.8 with the ball, really strong opening to her competition. And she won the silver medal with the hoop in the junior portion of the European Cup in Baku earlier this year. That was after taking bronze the previous year in Burgas. So that is the last performance of this particular set. We've got the scores to come in for the final couple of exercises. And we are due in around about 10 minutes time to get underway with the next set. So just a quick break for the judges and for you. And then we'll be back on track with set B. So it's a 19.1 for Eva Kocian. And we still have one more score to receive, and that's Patricia Stanciu with the hoop. Waiting in the wings, the gymnasts who are in set B, waiting for their opportunity. And we're pretty much running on schedule at the moment.
Продовжаваме след 10 минути. We continue in 10 minutes.
And there we go, 22.35 for Patricia Stanciu. So that has the Romanian team in third position. More on those team rankings in due course. And that is how things are currently looking, with Ukraine at the top of the table after the 1/4 mark of the competition. Really, they are the standout team in this first set, the first to break the 100 mark barrier. And we'll return in about 10 minutes time for more action from Varna.